Module Overview. Teachers are central figures in the curriculum development, interpretation, and implementation cycle. Their expertise, beliefs, values, and pedagogical strategies directly influence the success or failure of any curriculum innovation or reform. Beyond being mere implementers of pre-designed curriculum content, teachers are now increasingly viewed as co-designers, curriculum decision-makers, change agents, and evaluators. Module 9 explores the dynamic and multifaceted roles of teachers in curriculum design and enactment, focusing on the evolution of their responsibilities from passive deliverers to active professional collaborators, researchers, and leaders of learning. This module also covers the professional capacity building, pedagogical freedom, instructional leadership, reflective practice, and teacher agency needed to foster sustainable curriculum innovation. In addition, you will examine the impact of teacher preparation programs, ongoing professional development, PD, mentoring, collaborative curriculum planning, and educational leadership on curriculum fidelity, adaptation, and responsiveness to local contexts. Emphasis is also placed on global competencies, equity-minded teaching, and the role of teacher networks and professional learning communities, PLCs, in sustaining high-quality teaching practices. Key areas covered in Module 9, 9.1 Redefining the role of teachers in curriculum practice. Traditionally, teachers were considered curriculum transmitters following rigid syllabi, subjects of externally controlled policies, passive executors of top-down decisions. Contemporary roles include curriculum co-designers contributing to development processes, adopters and adapters interpreting curriculum to fit your needs, instructional leaders mentoring peers and guiding classroom reform, data-informed practitioners using assessment for continuous improvement, reflective practitioners evaluating their own practice, mediators between curriculum policy and the realities of the classroom. 9.2 Teacher agency and autonomy. Teacher agency refers to the ability of educators to make informed professional decisions, innovate classroom practices, influence school-level curriculum planning, advocate for change and equity. Building teacher agency involves encouraging experimentation and risk-taking, professional trust, and decentralized decision-making, valuing teacher voice in reform discussions, policy support for autonomy without neglecting accountability. 9.3 Professional capacity and competence for curriculum engagement. Curriculum quality depends on teachers' ability to interpret learning goals and adjust instructional strategies, align content with diverse needs, assess student performance authentically, create inclusive and culturally responsive learning environments. Key competencies include pedagogical content knowledge, PCK, assessment literacy, curriculum mapping and sequencing, technological and digital fluency, interdisciplinary teaching ability, differentiated instruction strategies. 9.4 Teacher preparation and pre-service training. The foundation for effective curriculum work is built during initial teacher education, ITE. Effective programs provide knowledge of curriculum theory, practical fieldwork, experience, exposure to curriculum planning and lesson design, classroom management and child psychology, inclusion, special education, and diversity sensitivity challenges, disconnection between theory and practice, overloaded syllabi with limited curricular focus, lack of alignment with national reforms. 9.4 Teacher preparation and pre-service training. The foundation for effective curriculum work is built during initial teacher education, ITE. Effective programs provide knowledge of curriculum theory, practical fieldwork experience, exposure to curriculum planning and lesson design, classroom management and child psychology, inclusion, special education, and diversity sensitivity challenges, disconnection between theory and practice, overloaded syllabi with limited curricular focus, lack of alignment with national reforms. 9.5 Continuous Professional Development, CPD. CPD ensures ongoing capacity enhancement through workshops, seminars, and in-service training, coaching and peer observation, action research and collaborative inquiry, learning communities and professional networks, micro-credentialing and MOOCs, best practices in CPD: responsive to teacher-identified needs, embedded in classroom practice, linked to student outcomes and reflection, sustained over time and contextually relevant. 9.6 Instructional Leadership and Curriculum Enactment. Teachers take on instructional leadership roles when they mentor novice colleagues, facilitate curriculum innovation teams, lead departmental curriculum review, promote professional learning within schools, serve as curriculum liaisons with school heads or ministries. Instructional leaders help bridge gaps between policy and practice. 9.7 Collaborative Curriculum Design. Effective curriculum work is not solitary. Collaboration is critical. Teachers can co-develop unit plans, lesson sequences, assessment rubrics, thematic interdisciplinary curricula. Collaboration fosters shared ownership, cross-disciplinary integration, professional dialogue, and peer accountability. 9.8 Reflective Practice in Curriculum Engagement. Reflective teaching means systematically reviewing one's own practices using evidence, e.g., student feedback, classroom data, modifying pedagogy to improve outcomes, documenting practices through journals, blogs, or teaching portfolios. Models. Schoen's Reflection in Action and Reflection on Action. Kolb's Experiential Learning Cycle. 9.9 Equity, Inclusion, and Teacher. Responsibility. Curriculum implementation must reflect cultural and linguistic diversity, gender equity and anti-discrimination, disability inclusion, and UDL, Universal Design for Learning. Teachers are key in adapting materials for all learners, creating safe, respectful classroom climates, addressing systemic marginalization. 9.10 Challenges in enhancing teacher roles in curriculum, overburdened work schedules, standardized testing pressures, inadequate access to professional resources, centralized top-down curriculum mandates, lack of recognition for teacher-led, innovation, policy disconnects and bureaucratic bottlenecks. Solutions. Empowerment through trust and shared leadership, investment in teacher education and resourcing, creation of platforms for voice, advocacy, and policy dialogue. Learning outcomes for Module 9. By the end of this module, you should be able to explain the evolving role of teachers in curriculum design and implementation, analyze how teacher agency and leadership influence curriculum outcomes, evaluate the impact of professional development on instructional quality, design collaborative strategies for curriculum planning and review, promote reflective and inclusive teaching practices, advocate for teacher empowerment within curriculum reform processes,